Heavenly Father, surrounded those who are graduating with your grace, bless them with hope so that they move into the future with eager and open hearts. Help them to put knowledge, skills, and insight gained through their education to use for the good in all mankind. Inspire them to believe in the goodness of life even when faced with challenges and difficulties. As they converse with their lives, may they grow even more grateful and wise. All this we ask in the name of Jesus, your beloved Son. Amen. We also take this time to remember our loved ones who have gone before us and could not be here today. Even though they are not here physically, they are a part of the foundation that makes us who we are today.
We especially want to remember our beloved staff member, Miss Bonnie Adams, who passed away earlier this year. Bonnie joined the team close to 25 years ago, working with a program that was near and dear to her heart, Even Start, which helped with parenting skills. She did home visits with her students and was known to get down on the floor and play with children. When Even Start was disbanded, she became a Test of Adult Basic Education, or TABE, administrator to make sure that the students were put into the correct classes to set them up for success. She was very flexible with the team here at Adult Ed and could change her plans on a moment's notice to pitch in to cover a class for an absent teacher or to act as a tutor for a struggling student. Bonnie was nonstop in her walk with God, both here and at Mount Olive Baptist Church, where she taught children's church. For many years, she is survived by her husband, Lloyd, 3 children, and 2 grandchildren. Her presence is sorely missed.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This evening, I would like to introduce several special guests. As your name is called, please stand and be recognized. Please hold all applause until all our guests have been introduced. Our Superintendent, Mr. Alex Carswell Jr., Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Todd Wittergren, Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Hope Jernigan, Columbia County School Board members present tonight, Ms. Cherry Hill, Mr. Keith Hudson, and Ms. Narragansett Smith. Director of Adult Ed and Career and Technical Education, that's moi. Ms. Tiara Arline, Coordinator of Career and Technical Education. Our adult education faculty and staff, would you guys just wave your hand, stand, be recognized? Our guest speaker, Reverend Dr. Philip Mobley, and Kaylani Mobley, who just sang the national anthem and did a beautiful job for us. In addition, we are happy to have Florida Gateway College recruiter Brian Lloyd. Thank you for your continued support of Columbia Career and Adult Education. Mr. Carswell will give our welcome. Mr. Carswell.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2024 Career and Adult Education graduation. On behalf of the school board, we are glad you're here, and we applaud these graduates sitting down here on the front row for achieving their high school diploma. Graduates, this is the beginning of the next chapter of your journey. Whether you attend college, trade school, the military, or a career, you can now move forward. This great achievement required discipline, commitment, and courage from each of you. These characteristics have empowered everyone who participates in this program. My hope is that these same characteristics will carry you with you as you embark on your next steps. The future is truly in your hands, and I challenge you to make the most of it. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I am so delighted to have the opportunity to introduce our speaker for tonight. I have known him all of my life. He's a product of the Columbia County school system. He graduated from Columbia High in the year of 1971. And for many of you children, you probably were not even thought about. But he is a dinosaur. After he graduated, he went on to Lake City Community College, and then he moved to Jacksonville to attend the University of North Florida. There, our speaker majored in mathematics, and he received his bachelor's degree. He eventually received his master's degree, finally receiving his doctorate degree. He was employed with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. He married LaTonya Green Mobley. They had one son who passed away, but the Lord blessed him with six grandboys and 3 grands. And he have a daughter, Shauna Mobley. After many years in Jacksonville, he decided to move back to Lake City, and he has really been a blessing since he returned. He is the pastor of Northside Church of Christ. He is the manager of North Star Resource Center, and he's involved in numerous community affiliations. But what I love most about your speaker tonight is he is a man who loves everybody. He wants to be a blessing to anyone who enters his path. He is truly a God-sent man. I have known him so long until I can say just about anything about him because he is my brother. And I am so honored tonight to introduce to some and to present to others my brother, Philip Mobley, Dr. Philip Mobley.
Miss Smith is my baby sister. And being the baby, she received all the benefits of being the baby. And so, and if you know what that means, you will understand what I'm talking about. But I thank you for that gracious introduction. I do love her, and I can get her to do, well, she makes me do everything, but I get her to do a lot for me. I just like to thank the superintendent, the platform guests. I'd like to thank your cabinet. I'd like to thank Ms. Carpet and the school board members, parents, and friends. But most of all, I'd like to thank the graduates for allowing me to come and to be able to speak to you tonight. Now, today when I was talking to my sister about this speech, she said to me, make it short. The problem is I'm a preacher. And I'm going to try to make it short, okay? But I've been asked to speak, and I have been able to speak at many, many events. But this event is really one that is special to me. It's special to me because I'm looking at leaders. I'm looking at just not the future leaders, but looking at leaders. I'm looking at scholars. And I am just at awe to be here tonight. When we look at the adult ed, I have special feelings for you guys. I have special feelings because my father left school when he was 12 years old. He had to go out and work because his family was very poor. My father left home. Later on in his life, my father went back and he received his high school diploma. Then, about 40 years old, he received his bachelor's degree in education. He went on at Florida Memorial College, which is now, Florida Normal, which was now Florida Memorial. He then went on and received a master's degree for FAMU. My father retired as an educator from this school system here. But it shows me that you can do anything if you believe in yourself. My grandson, my oldest grandson, for whatever reason could not pass the necessary test in order to be able to receive his high school diploma. 1 year after receiving his certificate of completion, he was able to receive his high school diploma because he had the belief that he can make it and he can make it happen. So today I stand here congratulating you for what you have done. You know, when I think about, and I have to go to the Bible, when I think about Job lost everything. Job lost his family. He lost his wealth. He lost his health. But Job said, when he was going through some things, Job said, a man who is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. I want to tell you that your life here, your life on earth is only a short time. And what we need to learn how to number our days, how to order our steps, where you can be successful in life. And that means to be able to make your dreams come true, to make your dreams a reality. There's a song I love, and I wish I could sing, but I can't sing. Caliana, I love her because that's my baby. And can she sing? I sing real low when she's singing, pretending like I can sing. But the song that I think about, it says, the road is rough. The going gets tough. And it says, and the hills are hard to climb. But he said, I started out a long time ago. And there's no doubt in my mind. The writer says, I decided to make Jesus my choice. Whatever your choice is today, I will tell you the road will be rough. The going is going to be tough, but if you decide and you make it up in your mind to be successful, I'm standing here to tell you, you can be successful. I was one of those kids that went to school. And while I was in school, I had a teacher pull me out one day and said, son, you need to get your degree in auto mechanics because you can't do anything but auto mechanic work. But see, I didn't believe that. And I went on, like my sister said, and got a degree in mathematics. Then I worked for 35 years at Blue Cross as the vice president of information technology. Then I moved back and I got my master's from JU and then received my doctor's in education leadership from the University of North Florida. Somebody told me I couldn't do it. But yet and still, I knew the God that I served. And I knew that I could do all things through Christ that strengthens me. My doctoral work focused on people that were successful. I interviewed such successful people, and I wanted to know these people had to have had the adversities in their lives, and I wanted to know what caused them to be successful even though they went through all types of adversities. It boiled down to two words: grit and perseverance. Perseverance is the persistence to doing things even though the road is rough, even though you have all kinds of obstacles in your way. But if you persevere, you'll be able to reach your goal. Now, I'm going to tell you, people will tell you you can't do it. People will tell you you got these lofty dreams, these lofty goals. People will tell you life goes on. And I'll also tell you life gets in the way. But the worst part of the worst obstacle that people go through is not what other people tell them, it's what you tell yourself. In your mind, you got that little mind. Have y'all had a conversation with that little man in your mind or little lady in your mind? That little man or that little lady say, you can't do it. When you want to do it, they say you can't do it. But if you believe in yourself, you can achieve it. I'm going to tell you a story. And this is one of the personal stories that I've had to deal with. About 30 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, maybe 40 years ago, I was sitting in the cafeteria with all my coworkers. We used to go to work, go to eat breakfast every morning at 9 o'clock. And I was sitting there and I said, I want to run the river run. The river run is 9.3 miles. I had never run a mile, but I want to run a river run. It's 6 weeks to train. Somebody told me you'll never do it. But see, that's the problem. You can't tell me you'll never do it, because if you tell me you can't do it, that will make me be crazy enough to try it. So every morning I got up and I was running a mile or two, and someone said, here's what you need to do. They say, you need to get in a real run before the river run. So there was a run. It was the hospital was called Riverside Hospital in Jacksonville. It's closed now, but they had a run called the Wellness Run. And it was a 5-mile run. And they said, get in that run and run. And I said, okay, I get in the run. I'm going to run this 5-mile run. Now, I get in the run, and I got in the front line with all the fast runners, and they were running, and I was out of shape, and I was a slow runner. I was running 15-minute miles. But I got up with the fast runners, and they said, no, all the slow runners go to the back. And I went to the back, and I said, no, that means I had to take more steps. So I moved up to the front. And when the gun went off, I tore off, and I was running with the fast runners. And the first mile, I ran an 8-minute mile. I said, Lord, have mercy, look at me. Then all of a sudden, I got a side stitch. And then I started getting tired. I had 4 more miles to run, and I was tired. But I was going to finish the race. And there were people on the side cheering on me, keep on, you can do it. But I was tired. And all of a sudden, everybody started passing me. Everybody started passing me. And I kept saying, I'm going to finish this race. The last mile, it was me and a very large woman behind me. And I could hear her breathing. And I can hear her getting closer to me. And I said, she will not pass me. There will be no way this lady going to pass me. And as we got to the last half a mile, here she come, and she came across, and she passed me. And then they started opening up the streets. The police started opening up the streets. But I got to the finish line, and when I crossed the finish line, my 12-year-old son was there, and he looked at me, and he said, Daddy, you came in last. He said, even the fat lady beat you. I said, but I won. I finished. But what it told me, I learned a couple of lessons. First lesson I learned out of that is never let anyone kill your dream. Whatever your dream is, young people, make sure you maintain those dreams. Do not let anyone take your dreams from you. Zig Ziglar wrote, if you can dream it, then you can achieve it. If you can dream it, then you can achieve it. As I said, my favorite scripture is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The second point I learned is to run your race at your own pace. Stop looking at everybody else. Stop looking where he done gone to college and I haven't gone to college. He got his degree and I haven't got it. Don't look at anybody else. Look at yourself and run your race. And then you can be able to do. Y'all remember the story about the rabbit and the tortoise? Y'all young people, y'all remember the rabbit and the tortoise? The big thing about the rabbit and the tortoise is that the rabbit tore off and started running, right? He got tired and he went to sleep. And when he woke up, the tortoise was crossing the finish line. What we have to do is you have to cross your own finish line. Don't look at anybody else, but cross your own finish line. Paul wrote to Timothy in the Bible, and Paul says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. What I'm telling you, life is a game. Life is a race. You're in a game. You're in a race. You're in it to win it. And what I'm encouraging you is to win your race the way you can run it and nobody else. Remember, perseverance is not long races. It's little bitty short races. Little bitty short races. And if you can run and finish those little short races, you can finish. The last point, I think the last point, people at church get mad at me because I say the last point, but you know, preachers never have the last point. The last point is that you ever heard that song, "We Fall Down, but we get up"? We fall down. There's a Chinese proverb say, fall 7 times and stand up 8. Fall 7 times, but stand up 8. The most successful people have fallen, they have messed up so bad, but what they did is when they messed up, they got up and said, how I messed up, and let's not do it again. And I encourage you, if you fail, get up and try it one more time. Somebody says it's hard to be the person who never gives up. Our greatest weakness, somebody wrote, and Thomas Edison wrote this, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. But the most certain way to succeed is always try one more time. I'm finished. I promise, I'm finished. When I was in first grade, I was in the hospital, and my parents left me in the hospital overnight. And I woke up that morning, and I was there all by myself. And I started crying. And a lady crossed the street, Miss Simpson, her grandmother, Miss Simpson was a teacher, my first grade teacher. Her mother came over to my room. And Miss Simpson's mother said, comfort me and stop me from crying. She read a story to me. And that story has stuck with me all my life. And it's a story that causes me when I'm going through times, when I'm going through adversities, when I don't know whether or not I'm going to make it, I go back to that story that Miss Simpson's mother read to me. It was about the little red train. And the little red train, they said the little red train was trying to go up the track. And when he came up to the hill, he said, I think I can get up that hill. And he tried to go up the hill, and he started rolling back. And then he tried to go up a hill again and said, I think I can get it, but I'm not real sure. And he tried to get up again about halfway, and he started coming back again. But then that little red train, that little red engine said, I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. That little red engine backed up, and he started going, and when he started going up the hill, and when it got hard, he said, I know I can, I know I can, I know I can, and he made it on top of that hill. What I'm telling you, young people, is that no matter what comes in your life, say, I know I can, and make your world successful. I challenge you, I encourage you, I implore you to go forth and make a difference. I encourage you to achieve your dreams. I charge you to be all that God has designed you and what God has purposed you to do. Do it and do it well. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Good evening. My name is Tiara Arline, and I'm the coordinator of college, career, and technical education. And today I'm going to provide you some exciting updates about the Florida Education Department. Adult education continues to build a vision and support the statewide strategic direction in Florida, Get There Florida. This vision holds adult learners at the center of programming planning to deliver services to adults in our community that encourage full participation in Florida's workforce, resulting in high-quality credentials of value and closing equity and achievement gaps. One of the most significant changes for the Columbia Career and Adult Education Department has been the addition of integrated education and training programs for adult education students while studying to take the GED or finishing up their high school diploma through adult high school. Authorized by the federal 2014 Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, integrated education and training is incorporated into all Florida adult education programs and is comprised of 3 required components. Those components are adult education and literacy activities, workforce preparation activities, and workforce training. Columbia Career and Adult Education recognizes the need for our focus on equipping adults with skills that improve their connections to employment and training opportunities to lead to economic prosperity for them and their families. This year, Columbia Career and Adult Ed offered 3 IET programs for our adult education students. Those programs are Certified Nursing Assistant, Paraprofessional, and Welding. Later in our program, we have the opportunity to recognize students who earn those credentials. We are excited about the enthusiasm students in these programs have had and the ongoing gains each student is making. We look forward to offering these programs again in the fall. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to recognize some outstanding achievement awards. Each year, we recognize outstanding scores from each of the 4 modules of the GED test. Mrs. Hope Jernigan will be presenting the award for outstanding achievement in reasoning through language arts.
Thank you, Ms. McCray. The Reasoning Through Language Arts assessment focuses on 3 essential skills: the ability to read closely, the ability to write clearly, and the ability to edit and understand the use of standard written English in context. 75% of the text in this exam are informational nonfiction text, and 25% are literature. The writing task or extended response item requires test takers to analyze given source text and use evidence drawn from the text to support their answers. The adult education graduate receiving recognition for an outstanding score in reasoning through language arts is Devin Evelyn Spears. Yes, that's fine.
Mrs. Narragansett Smith will be presenting the award for outstanding achievement in mathematics.
The mathematical reasoning test focuses on the fundamentals of mathematics and the ability to apply knowledge and understanding in realistic situations. The test focuses on 2 major content areas. 1, quantitative problem solving, which consists of 45%, and algebraic problem solving, which consists of 55% of the problems. The adult education graduate receiving recognition for an outstanding score in mathematics is Michaela James, and she is not here tonight. She is not here tonight, but we do celebrate her. Thank you.
Ms. Cherry Hill will be presenting the award for outstanding achievement in social studies.
The social studies test focuses on the fundamentals of social studies reasoning and the ability to apply knowledge and understanding in realistic situations. The test focuses on 4 major content areas. 50% of the test is over civics and government. 20% of the test is over United States history, 15% economics, and 15% geography and the world. The adult education graduate receiving recognition for an outstanding score in social studies is Travis Kirby.
Mr. Keith Hudson will be presenting the award for Outstanding Achievement in Science.
Good evening and congratulations to all of you. We're all very proud of you and the accomplishments that you've made being here tonight. The science test focuses on the fundamentals of science, scientific reasoning, and the ability to apply knowledge and understanding in realistic situations. The test focuses on 3 major content areas. Life science is 40%, physical science is 40%, earth and space science is 20%. The adult education graduate receiving recognition for an outstanding score in science is Tiffany Cashwell.
And Mr. Todd Whittegren will be presenting the award for the highest overall score on the GED for this year's cohort.
Thank you, Jalen. We would like to recognize the 2024 graduate with the highest total score for this year's Columbia County Adult Education graduating class. With an overall score of 651 points out of 800, we congratulate Laurel Drew.
Each year, the Columbia Career and Adult Education faculty and staff select graduates to receive special recognition. These graduates are nominated by the staff and recognized not only for his or her diploma, but for having outstanding personal qualities. This year, we have the distinct pleasure to recognize several graduates for special achievement awards. Ms. Johnson and Ms. Gimmer will introduce our recipients from our daytime program. Mr. Wright and Ms. Beal will then recognize our recipient from our evening program. I will recognize our recipient from our adult high school program. And we would also like to recognize 2 of our graduates who received certifications through our IET programs while also working towards their GED diploma. Mrs. Angela Houle and Mr. Darrell Thomas will present those awards.
The student I'm going to recognize tonight began classes back in September of 23, last year, and completed her last test in April of this year. While working to achieve her goals, she was caring for her family and her animals. She was extremely dedicated, was consistent in her attendance, and sought out resources to help her better understand the subject she was working on while maintaining a positive attitude. She was diligent in all of her studies here, as well as taking classes for medical billing and coding. For this amazing dedication to earning her diploma, we recognize Luisa Rojas.
This young man that I'm about to introduce joined us in August of last year as a new student to the GED program. He attended school through 10th grade and came to us in August after a very major accident. He came very angry and had an attitude, but we worked with him. He sat a lot at the front of my desk, but that was okay. And he proved us all wrong. He started in August and received his GED in September. That's 4 tests, 4 classes that he did in less than a month. Yes. Unfortunately, he's not here to receive this tonight. It was a tremendous accomplishment and one of the kindest, most helpful, and caring individuals I know. Cameron Fine, amazing dedication to earning his diploma.
We would like to recognize one student who went above and beyond to attend classes nightly, not just to pass her test, but to try to get the highest score she could to succeed.
This unwavering work ethic allowed her to finish her testing in a little over 6 weeks, record time. For her amazing dedication to earning her diploma, we recognize Laurel Elizabeth Drew.
Our adult high school staff couldn't be here tonight, so I will recognize 2 graduates who they recommended for receiving this. It's a pleasure to recognize 2 graduates with a strong work ethic from our adult high school program. For amazing dedication in earning their diploma, we recognize Amarion Howard and Destiny Bates. Now, Ms. Houle and Mr. Thomas will recognize our IET students.
Okay, this student, in my 8 years of doing this in welding, this student by far is the most driven student I've ever seen. His work ethic is unmatched by grown-ups I've been around. This kid, he knows what he wants to do, and he takes advantage of every single minute and opportunity he was given. We was able to give him a scholarship that we have a foundation in our welding department, and we was able to give him a scholarship to Big Bend Technical. He has since already applied and enrolled. He started in the summer, and he is already moving up there just like he did with me. So I want to congratulate Amilcar Chavez, and come on up.
Hello, my name is Angela Houle, and I teach the new CTE paraprofessional course here at Columbia Adult Education. Paraprofessionals are trained aides who assist teachers in the classroom. I would like to ask Ms. Brooklyn Underwood to come up so I can present her with her certificate of completion for this course. During this course, we utilize the online Bloomboard platform, which has 3 micro-credentials embedded in it, supporting a positive classroom culture, leading a small group, or one-to-one literacy instruction, and supporting students in math. Brooklyn also had to pass the paraprofessional exam out at Florida Gateway. Brooklyn, I am so glad that you are a part of our launch group. You are an absolute delight to have as a student. I appreciate your willingness to assist other students and myself, as you are usually the first one to complete every assignment. I'm so proud of you for completing this course, passing the exam, and graduating today. Any school will be truly blessed to have you on their team. Congratulations, and I wish you the best with your future endeavors.
I now invite Ms. Joanne Chamberlain and Mr. Brian Lloyd to come forward.
Florida Gateway College has awarded 4 scholarships for the 2023-24 school year. I've had the privilege of seeing all these students to do well in their testing environment and saw the big smiles when they got that understanding that they had graduated and passed all tests. These students receiving the scholarship have demonstrated dedication and determination while earning their high school diploma. At this time, we are very, very blessed to have the Florida Gateway College and Mr. Brian Lloyd. Please greet him.
When I call your name, please join us on stage so we can present you with your Florida Gateway College scholarship. First, we have Laurel Drew. Sarah Jakeway. Next, we have Tegan Key. And finally, we have Brenda Motley.
All right, now's for the time everybody's been waiting for. Mr. Carswell?
Members of the school board, parents, and guests, as superintendent of the Columbia County School District, I certify that these individuals have completed the requirements for graduation in accordance with the laws of the state of Florida. These are the candidates for graduation in the Columbia Career and Adult Education class of 2024. Would the school board members and distinguished guests please join me on the stage as we present the diplomas. Candidates for graduation, please stand. Or rise.
Thank you. Devin Avalon Spears. Samantha Lynn Baker. Alexis Bates. Destiny Bates. Tiffany Cashwell. Bronson Cooper. Caden Croft. Maya D. Laurel Drew. Eric Gattaca. Jesse Heiss. Omarion Latre Howard. Sarah Jakeway. Destiny Jennings. Skylar King. Travis Kirby. Tegan Key. Brenda Motley. Luisa Rojas. Amanda Sony. Brooklyn Underwood. Piper Veach. Kyliana will join us one more time for another song.
Thank you. Now, before I start singing, I want to congratulate all the graduates. And y'all are finally having the ability to chase after your dreams. So I want to congratulate you guys. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside of my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most, yeah. Just gotta keep going, and I got to be strong. Just keep pushing on, because there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Somebody's gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith, keep your faith. Whoa. Thank you.
All right, it's my privilege to finish this up tonight, but before I do so, I want to mention a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to thank, and I'm going to ask them to stand. They probably don't want to. They've been introduced before, but I think it's very important for the families and the graduates to know and to thank the adult education staff. So all of y'all, just if you don't mind, give us a stand. Everybody that had anything to do with adult ed. These are the people that helped your students persevere, so thank y'all for what you do. I'd also like to thank the three ladies on the stage, Ms. Kopic, Ms. Arline, Ms. McCray. Without them, we would all not be able to do this up here, so thank y'all for what you do. And now, this is the moment you truly have been waiting for. Graduates, would you please stand? It's my honor to recognize you as the 2023-2024 Columbia Career and Adult Education graduates. You may turn your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Today, we hope you leave here with a strong commitment to put your education, energy, enthusiasm to good use to make this a better world for succeeding generations. Congratulations and best wishes. Have a good night.